was a damn fool. Dad was an alcoholic. Mama, she had to leave him. Grew up around the fighting, the fussing, cussing, and cheating. That's when I started breaking all of the rules. Selling drugs and robbing people. I was kicked out of school. I was a bad kid, tearing shit up. Sleeping on couches with 40 bottles and cigarette butts. Years go by and I got sick. Stage 4 lymphoma, how'd I get this shit? Lucky to be alive, so I changed my ways. I'm on that good life tip today. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Sitting on top of the world, I wanna be shining like diamonds and pearls. I'm wanting you to go there with me, girl. I'm looking for the good life, good life. Baby, we can have it all. We can make love by the waterfalls. I'm living that good life after all.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Bleaves, and this is Breakfast with Bleaves. I hope that you had a hearty breakfast of stablecoin this morning, because god damn, this market is what my friends like to say, a real bitch. A real bitch. This market has been incredibly difficult for the last bunch of days, even though the rest of the market has been doing great. Like, we've not seen the markets in the stock market been fine. The markets in all kinds of different places have just been, not doing bad would be, I guess, the would be the case. We've had a little bit of a drop on the Dow Jones. We've had a little bit of drop in certain places, but overall, for the course of a week, we're not moving to that downside. In fact, over the course of a week, I do believe that we are up in the stock market, and we are up, as a matter of fact, significantly. So let's take a look at the chart. This was the market 7 days ago. This is the market today. So we've had nothing but positivity coming out of the Dow Jones. We look at the SPY, we see the same thing. Even though we saw that downward play, we've seen nothing but positivity coming out of it. That resulted in a good week for investors, even though it's not a great week. Then we see, as you just kind of go down this line here, and you look, well, Bitcoin didn't do anything during that same period of time. We really just kind of consider this. We were at about 19,100. That was our line 7 days ago. And we settled 19.4. And today we're at 18.9. So we lost 500 in total value. But a few hours ago, we were basically dead even. So, that's how that's how this thing is playing out. This is the most boring, stupid, ridiculous that's going on, right? And guess what? We've got this little, I told you right now, we've got this is all lined up perfectly, by the way. And it is starting to break to that downside. I'm not sure if it will, but it is starting to break to that downside. But as soon as that happened, and by the way, it looks like Stock 600 just had a deep sort of dive because I think the name is Liz Truss. She was the prime minister. She came out yesterday and she said, "Crikey, you lot are a bunch of real wankers." And she took the fuck off because, England, I guess. I don't know. But the Conservative Party failed another country. So, I mean, hey, you know what? Now it's time for new leadership, right? Because they can't get it done. I mean, we understand that, right? Hashtag 2020. So now we have this event where the market is dipping because Liz Truss is tanking the market. Are you like shitting me? You know what I mean? Like this, so it doesn't make much sense. I started looking up what was going on in the European stock market when I saw this as a move to the downside, and I said, well, there's got to be a reason for it, right? And then what I was told by investing.com, and I shit you not, I'm not kidding about this. Go look it up, as a matter of fact. Investing.com told me, well, it was nervous sentiment over Liz Truss's recognition, and Adidas stock was down. Like, what? Are you shitting me? Are you trying to tell me that Europe runs on Adidas and not Nike? What is wrong with Europe? You know what I mean? But that was the investing.com. And this was great. This was great, right? This guy says, this guy says, The Liz Truss resigns and Adidas stock down, cause for market tumble. Read at investing.com. That was the title of his thing. Investing.com puts investing.com in their titles of their, oh my God, what is wrong with these people? Anyway, so that led to a big cascade. But I mean, look, here we are with Luna Classic. We're not outside too far where we can't get back in. You know, we don't even have a 4-hour candle that's minted completely outside of our channel at this point, right? We've got, I mean, you could argue maybe it is, but I mean, look what happened here. We had this, and it was again just a big, and these are hammers that are minting every time, right? So what you're witnessing is, even though there is a massive move for the sell down, there's still a thirst for this product. So all you're seeing is this thing getting bought back up and bought back up and bought back up and bought back up. Look at these wicks all the way to the downside. Now, a couple days ago, you were witnessing them on the upside, which means that, you know, this was popping a little bit, and then it was settling down here close to what a normal level would be, right? But not now. And matter of fact, am I using Heikinashi? I'm using Heikinashi candles. So, but you can see here that it's also just kind of moving. It's just you're when you have a hammer, then that means that you're settling higher, right? So these sell downs are happening. They're getting immediately bought back, and that means that the market is about to turn around, right? You see it right here. This is probably going to lead to this upside move. Now, I don't know how far it goes. May not go very far. Might just go up here to the top of this. So it might not be anything significant, which is going to be a spot that we were just recently. So, you know, we're still in that consolidation little pattern, right? But you got to look at this right here. A few minutes ago, we were at $853 billion in the market. And in the course of this last hour, and matter of fact, it's not even, yeah, it was the last hour because this one just started. But it went down to 853 before settling at 860, and now we're at 866. So we had this giant capitulation, and then we ended up getting just an enormous amount of buyback. Now, when we look at the size of that wick right there, that was a gigantic wick, and we see those every once in a while, right? That usually means that there's a big something or other happening, right? And shit, that's generally speaking an opportunity, right? So we see these big things happening over here. So on Twitter, if we go look at our liquidations, then we can probably get an idea of what is going on right here. So it looks like 8 minutes ago. We really want to go back to about an hour. We want 2 hours, 38,000. There's boom, shaboom, shapoopy. So there we go. Binance activity. Sold 41 million, bought 37 million. So there was a lot more sold than bought. Futures liquidated. Here we go. This is the event right here. FTX. Of course it's FTX because, you know, Sam Bankman-Fried, go F yourself, you dirtbag. I swear to God. What was liquidated off of FTX on the futures? 5 million in Bitcoin, 2.7 million in Ethereum, and then 428,000 in Solana. Yeah, so Jesus Christ. And it's always FTX. It's always FTX that does this ignorant shit. So that will explain it. A whole bunch of people came out here and started liquidating whatever it was, and now here we are buying back the candle. So it looks like it's probably going to go back in line, by the way, in short order. You know, we're looking at 1 hour, by the way. So the 4 hour kind of puts us outside of that little line. So we did have a breakdown overnight, but you know, at this point, it looks like we're probably going to end up running back into that little zone here of 19,100 because the market just continues, like you're seeing, it's still continuing to just kind of pump itself. We're actually at the top of this green candle right now. So I don't know. You know, it's tough to read sometimes because these little, what you might call thirst traps, running the stock market, just keep selling, and they're like, bro, just want to take a little bit of profit and like buy myself something. I buy myself something nice, like a cock ring or shoes or like some nachos or even some of that guacamole that everybody's talking about. I can afford that now. So I don't know what these people are doing. Like, they're just out of their goddamn minds. But that does make it an opportunity. Now, if you are, and if you're not, then this is a play opportunity because you've seen the dump, right? Now it's time for the pump. And consider here that if you're, and by the way, the pump right now, I don't think is Luna Classic. The pump, I think, is going to be USTC. Let's look at USTC right now and look at the volatility that you're seeing on USTC. Now, I don't know if it's going to continue, but the last time we had this move down, which got close to this line, and then it spiked up to 42. Then it moved down here again, and it popped up to 42 again, almost 43. So now it just popped back down to 35 again. And if it's at 35 again, what's it going to do? Well, it might do this again, 42. That's a 20% increase. So there's an opportunity to load up on the USTC right now because it's trading in a predictable sort of pattern. So it could be that opportunity exists like right there to make yourself a good play. Not financial advice, obviously, because anything can happen in this market. We could be witnessing the start of a capitulation event. We could be just witnessing a bunch of dildos doing what dildos do, because what is today? Shorts get wrecked Friday. And what is happening? Everybody who's doing stuff like shorts and stuff like that on a Friday are going to end up getting wrecked, or whatever might happen. What are your real thoughts? I don't really like or dislike either one of them because I don't know them. I don't know them personally. So what you do in business is a little bit different than what you do in life. So they might be genuinely great guys, So I'm not put off by them. By the way, my stake here remains the same, 10,647,169. Staking reward so far, 27,494. I'm waiting for the 26th. Then I'll enter with Classy Crypto, give him some love. And so we'll see what happens there then. No burns to speak of that are really significant. Like we haven't really seen like a move for anybody to have like a gigantic sort of change in the burns. We're still waiting for data to come out. We know that KuCoin is on the train. We know that Gate.io is on the train. So, we'll see what they do. Again, their burns are going to be significant. They're going to be higher than Binance. Binance, apparently, I heard, little birdie told me that we're about to hear that 0.2% instead of 0.1% is going to be adopted by them as well. So, we'll see how that breaks down. Volume of trading is up. Market cap is still down as the market kind of buckles under whatever this pressure is. Then USTC, again, 35 cents. Like, I think this is a real play opportunity. It went down. Market cap went down, but it continues to do this. So I don't know. And then there was the announcement by Gate.io and KuCoin. And it's not too late to buy into Volt. Volt is at a 40 million market cap. So 4 billion market cap is 100x. So it's never too late. And VoltaChange has not been released cryptic profit. So the important thing about Volt is it's building in a bear market, and it doesn't really matter when you get in, right? You're gonna have a nice return off of it, in my opinion, when the market starts to correct itself, because it's tied to Ethereum. So when Ethereum runs, everything else kind of runs with it. Not huge, but since Ethereum represents 50% of it, and since it's the bigger share, then when Ethereum goes up 100%, so if Ethereum goes from 1276 right now or 1280 right now to 2560, which it could do in a couple of days, when it goes to 2560, that's a 100% increase in the Ethereum price, and 50% of that is going into the price of any token that's wrapped with it. So if Volt is trading at 6 zeros 6, it's going to be trading at 5 zeros 12 if you get, or well, I guess it would be 609, you would get a 50% lift, not 100% lift, my bad. You get a 50% lift off of it. So if you're at 606, then you would go to 609. So a significant amount of movement is going to happen there. You know what I mean? So, oh, and by the way, Dow overnight was looking a little bit haggard in the pre-markets, but now it seems to be correcting itself down. The fact that NASDAQ is still eating it is not a great sign, though, by the way. Earnings Whisperer has sci-fi techs reports loss of 999 per share. Consensus estimate was 2 per share. That's not a great one. Verizon beats, American Express beats, Schlumberger beats, HCA Holdings misses, but let's check the numbers. 393 per share on revenue of 15 billion. It was 389 per share consensus and 15 billion. So it didn't miss, it beat. And then the Earnings Whisperer gave it some pie in the sky, ridiculous, stupid number that it continues to do. So HCA actually hit. Fat Brands hit like a motherfucker. Sam Adams, Boston Beer. Yeah, being an alcoholic was in vogue, so it went up quite a bit. Snap beats. Okay, so yeah, we're so this is a good market. This is, there's no reason for people to be selling off. So just remember that as we watch these events that are happening right now and these sell downs and stuff like that. This is just your typical Friday. And remember, if you're not familiar, by the way, then shorts get wrecked Friday is what we joke about, and we jokingly call Friday, because what we're hoping for is that the people that are going short get themselves liquidated and they have to buy at a higher price. And that's how that's like when you're shorting something, then you have to set your stop loss up on a long, and then you have to then you're going to buy at that price automatically in order to fill that, and you're just going to take the loss, right, to fulfill the order. Well, so if we get a pump, then the shorts get liquidated, right? And so we're just waiting for one of those kind of days. And right now it looks like the longs are being liquidated like crazy because this is just triggering stop losses is what people are doing. It was happening over here too, by the way. So do you think this year crypto going up? I really thought and still think that October is going to end up to be mathematically a good month. I think we're due for a run, and I don't think that we have any reason. Look, we don't have any reason for the markets to not be pumping. What we're witnessing right now is, in my opinion, suppression, artificial suppression. It's just like this right here. When you have these gigantic amounts of liquidations happening at these moments, then what you're witnessing is wealthy people or wealthy institutions that are liquidating their other people's positions by brute force. And that happens when there's a general apathy about the market. And when you look at like CoinGecko and you see the number up here, this is what's important, is this right here. That's the volume traded in the course of a day. Market cap is important. It's always important, but it's registering 944 billion. We're tracking more with CoinMarketCap, which is about 860 billion. Doesn't really matter. They're just tracking more markets than we are. But the 24-hour volume of 54 billion right here, that's what you have to take into consideration. And that is not a lot. Like, we're really trading in line with $1 billion market cap. And look here, other than Casper Network and maybe Quant getting on a run right now, but Quant is recovering some of the position that it lost, because most people are predicting Quant's going to go back down to about 130 right now. So, but you're not seeing a lot of pump out of anything right now. So, couple things have had a nice run in the last week, but generally speaking, it's just been more of a bloody mess all around the top 100. So, Yeah, we'll see when this market opens what happens. But it looks like the liquidations are done, so maybe we can move on. But it's, we got a long day, and I think the market wants. Look, everything about this market tells me that it wants to run. The only thing that says that it doesn't right now is this line right here. Shit, I did it again. The only thing that says that it doesn't want to run is kind of these patterns that are playing out right here. Like this is a bullet, this is a bear pennant moving to the downside, and we did break down, and you can see right here, like logically, broke down to the downside, broke down to the downside, broke down to the downside. We haven't popped through that upside. Like there's fierce resistance right there to that upside momentum. So there's more sellers than there's buyers all the time, and we're witnessing that on every single one of these, including Bitcoin. Bitcoin's got this little channel. Like I even created this little box right here where Bitcoin was having this movement where it was kind of, trending right there, and it broke out of that. So we probably removed that, but I'm going to leave it for right now, actually. Just see if we end up back in it. Thank you for the $10 bomb, John Hurth. I appreciate you, man. What's up, Cody Core? Dyson Fan, does DEX volume get counted in market cap? Well, so volume is not counted in market cap. Market cap is the market valuation based on the amount of investment divided by the tokens. So when you have a 40, like right here, when you have a 40 million market cap, that has nothing to do with the 24-hour volume. The volume is something entirely different. Luna Classic DEX was higher than Central Exchange, probably days before also. All right, so we're going to look here at Luna Classic, and we're going to look at the markets for it right now and see what that kind of says here. So the volume is 225. No, the decentralized exchanges are nominal. The amount of decentralized trading is incredibly small. Most of the trading that's done on USTC, or I mean in Terra Classic, most of that trading is done on centralized exchanges. So, and you can see, by the way, right here, this is centralized exchange volumes. And you can see here, I mean, it's a significant amount. Right. 226 million versus 338,000. So, like, it does get counted. This is 226 off of 227. Like, you add those two together, and that's where you get this total. So, but the volume doesn't have anything to do with the market cap. The market cap is the valuation of what's invested divided by circulating supply. That's how that works. That has nothing to do with the daily volume. Daily volume could be 0, and the market cap could still be 1.5 billion. Where do you see Quant by the end of the year? Wherever the market is. I mean, so something to remember here. Just like Ethereum, remember not too long ago, we had this little move by Ethereum, right? This thing right here that took us from 1,000 all the way up to 2,000. And that was because of ETH 2.0 or ETH merge, whatever it is. We had people who bought 3 million new Ethereum that they had not owned before. And they've all been liquidated in this event. All of those are gone now. So we're back to really the original investors that we had. And Quant's going to do the same thing. Like, here's what we're talking about. We're talking about the most highly traded products between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And they're doing this, and they look like the Saitama chart, right? They're a little bit higher than where they were in the beginning. But I mean, to be fair, so is Saitama, because Saitama had a 0 market cap when it started, and then it went to 1 million market cap, then it went to 5 million, then it went to 50 million, and now it's still at 50 million. So it went all the way up to 7 billion. just like this one went up to like almost, what is it? 428 says 4x. So it went up to 600, 700 billion market cap. And then it's cascaded back down here to 136 billion market cap. So all of these are the same thing. The difference between Quant is it hasn't had a chance to break back down because of that. Remember, there's a significant pump that it had. Then there was a significant dump that it had, which took it back to right around this level. Then from there, it spiked immediately and went on another big run. But guess what? The question is, how many new holders did you get off of that? And how much are they holding in volume and in value? And if it's not a significant amount, then you can expect that this right here, 72, is probably the new pocket area. Maybe this right here at $95 is going to be the bounce area. This right here, 132.90, 133 looks like the number that most people are talking about, and that's because that's the top here, and then there's a top here, and it looks like there's some trading volume and a bounce like right in this little area right here. There was a little bounce a couple of times. This is day, by the way. This is not hourly, but people are generally going to say that this 130, 132, that's where the bounce is going to go down to. But I think the bounce is going to go down to 95, 96. So we may see down in the 80s because, it's just a matter of how many people are invested, what the pressure is on the sells, and logarithmically speaking, maybe we're looking a little better here. So this is going to crash back down, and maybe it goes down as far as 60, 65. So that's what it looks like. I mean, so I would expect a significant dump to continue on Quant. And if we don't get it, by the way, if we get a reversal in the market and Quant gets a little pump because it goes along with the market for a little while, because there's going to be moon boys that are looking to make moves and to try to get into a bag somewhere to make something happen, right? So you're still going to have that. So you might see another pump up to 240, maybe even 280, probably 250 if it goes on a crazy run. Then you probably go to around 250, maybe 268 before you start to see a massive amount of sell-off, because this right here is going to represent your resistance area right here. So you may see this little run, but then it's going to come down here and it's going to end up the most likely culprit, because this is a long-term consolidation sort of area. Then you come over here and this is a short-term consolidation area. So generally speaking, that's going to come back down to this area. I mean, that's the spot. And it will be progress for the people that were in here at 40. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's the way that this thing works. So I would consider that it's probably going to come down like that. All right, so the market is about to open. We're on the Dow Jones now, and we're going to be ding, 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 ding any second now. And the pre-market ended up at negative 11. So it looks like we're going to be about dead even when it comes. It was down. We were down 90. So that's the number that we're looking at. And we've got a market ready to open any second now. Market opens in less than 1 minute. So we're going to see how this plays out. It could be a dump because, remember, the European market did have a little crash, but now it's starting to correct. You're seeing the European market went way down, and now it's pumping back up. So it's entirely possible that that's all we've seen. So we start off negative 47. And now it's up to negative 50. So the market's going to settle at the start in a negative fashion. So we're going to see a little bit down. So it looks like it's going to run negative for a little bit, and then we'll see where the rest of the market goes from here. But something to consider is that if the Dow Jones is still weak and it still struggles today, then we're going to have a bad weekend, and it's going to be a great opportunity for shorts to have a field day on this weekend. That's going to lead to a lack of strength in the market. It's going to lead to a lack of support, and when there's a lack of support, that's when the shorts come in and they really kind of wreck you. So, and we don't have any kind of white knight at this point that we can see. If you remember, we were talking a couple days ago about $940 million whale who bought off of Coinbase and then took it off of the exchange, and we thought, yes, we finally got some kind of big. We just got some kind of big angel investor who might be holding on for this big moment or something like that. Well, that sumbitch went and took all of his Bitcoin and broke it down into wallets of like 115 Bitcoin. Some of them had 100, and just went wallet after wallet after wallet after wallet and broke those Bitcoin all the way down into much smaller wallets, meaning that might have just been an exchange who's hedging in case their wallet got hacked. So it may not be anything. Don't know yet. But it was certainly not something awesome that we were hoping for. Was Do Kwon seen in Dubai? Terra's Do Kwon, a fugitive wanted by South Korean authorities, reportedly left Singapore for Dubai on his way to an unknown destination. Merkle Science co-founder. All right, so we don't know where Do Kwon is. He's left Singapore. Come on. Get the fuck out of here. These people are just... Let me guess. That was reported by CoinDesk South Korea. Oh, that was CoinDesk. God damn it. It was literally CoinDesk. All right. So Do Kwon, the co-founder and chief executive, also the investigation team is waiting of Dubai as a stopover, as no records have been found of Kwon's UAE entry at the airport. Wait, so he didn't actually show up in Dubai? Local prosecutors and police have requested countries adjacent to Dubai help track Kwon's whereabouts. Kwon's exact whereabouts have been unclear since the Terra Luna crash earlier this year in May, while many speculate that he was in Singapore, as the city-state was Kwon's last known location. It's not in the interest of being on the run. It's just that every time the location where I live becomes known, it becomes almost impossible for me to live there, said Kwon during a recent interview on the Unchained podcast, adding that he has experienced a breach in personal privacy and security. South Korea is investigating Quant and Terraform Lab associates under multiple charges, including fraud and violation of the Capital Markets Act following the collapse of Terra stablecoin. Seoul's prosecutor's office in charge of the investigation has issued an arrest warrant, is processing a passport nullification, and asked Interpol to launch a red notice. A red notice asks global law enforcement to enforce provisionally arrest. And none of that shit has happened. So none of that shit has happened. Like, that's kind of crazy, right? I mean, you got to think, hey, Hussein, thank you for becoming a new member. I appreciate you. If anybody else is not a member and you want to become a member, sometimes I might give you private information that you don't get from other people. So we'll see what happens. Uniswap just raised 165 million. So Uniswap is about to pump. If you're not watching it, it's down 2.5%, having a nice downward momentum moment. But I got a feeling that if they got $165 million, they're about to pump because they're going to make some kind of announcement of some sort. It's going to move this market. Crypto. I don't even know why I have Crypto Banner in there. Here we go. Over 70% of surveyed El Salvador citizens say the country's Bitcoin strategy has failed. And you know what? To be fair, if you ask the question, if you punch somebody in the mouth and then you interview them and say, hey, did you just get punched in the mouth? Then they're going to say, yeah, I got punched in the mouth. Are you sure you got punched in the mouth? Yeah, I'm sure I got punched in the mouth. They're going to be like, yeah, because they're mad because they got punched in the mouth. But if they got punched in the mouth, and then like 3 months later they won the lottery, they were like, yeah, I got punched in the mouth, but it was awesome because it led me to take a day off work, and I ended up going to the store and I bought a lottery ticket and I ended up winning $1 million. So I'm glad I got punched in the mouth, right? So they're asking these questions before anybody's had a chance to play it out. So Jesus Christ, news is so dishonest. They're so disloyal to you, the consumer. It's unbelievable. It is so and it doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter who you listen to. It doesn't matter whether you watch Fox News or CNN or MSNBC or Bloomberg or Watcher Guru. They are all dishonest with you. They're sharing information. They're sharing false and bogus information constantly. Your local news. I mean, to be fair, nobody's ever thought, hey, national news is awesome. USA Today used to, a long time ago, kind of have it right, but once you found out you can make a profit, they started leaning into the people that they profit the most from. That's the way that it works, right? When you make money, you make money. If you want news, look at your local news. It's the part that really affects you anyway. Stay out of the big headlines because it's just toxic at this point. U.S. Department of Justice sues Helix Crypto Mixers Foundation for $60 million. One of Bitcoin's largest holders to acquire 260-year-old German bank. Ethereum's deflationary period completes 30 days. Back in September, Ethereum finally transitioned into proof of stake through the merge. This upgrade was not just focused on giving the network a more energy efficient look, but it was also expected to make ETH deflationary. While it initially did not show major signs of turning into a deflationary asset, it slowly seems to be veering in that direction. Oh yeah, baby. Ethereum's issuance took a major hit following the merge. The POS network's anticipated yearly issuance is around 600,000 Ethereum. The total amount of ETH in circulation is 120,522,000 post-merge. At the beginning of October, this metric witnessed a climb to 120,534. If the blockchain had not switched, it would have been close to 120,944. This figure alone is a sharp decline in the amount of Ethereum issued as a result of the departure of proof of work. So what they're saying is they would have minted 400,000 more Ethereum that would be circulating right now, and that's no longer the case. So that's a positive for Ethereum. It should be noted that the total have been burnt at an average rate of 1. So 49,562 have been burned. The inclusion of burning a portion of the gas fee with every Ethereum transaction was the result of EIP 1559. Okay, so let's go, baby. Fire up some ETH. You know what I mean? Like, let's fire it up and see what happens. Chronix. All right, so the Dow Jones is now in the green for the day. So that is a great sign, or a good sign anyway. And now it's back in the red because I clicked on it. God damn it. I hate clicking the links. Never click the link. If you haven't learned that from the internet yet, man, that is a good one to learn. But it's only 10 minutes in. So, we're probably going to see some up, some down, some around before we really start to get into anything. So, but anyway, I got to wrap up because I've got to now get ready for another brand new employee because hiring people is just awesome. Every day I got to hire somebody new. It seems like in the last bunch of days. And then we have to do training. And then last person I hired came in, wait for it. Came in. I need a job. At lunchtime said, oh yeah, by the way, I need to take 2 days off, take care of my baby. And I said, okay. You really should have told me that beforehand. She said, I know, but then you wouldn't have hired me. And I said, okay, fair enough. So she took 2 days off after starting the training. And I'm like, okay, so we need to hire somebody else. So I put another ad in. And then the next thing I know, she calls back and like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to come back because my ride is giving me issues. And I said, you know what? No problem. I'll have you picked up every morning. And she said, oh, really? Yeah, that'd be awesome. And I said, yeah, it'd be cool, right? And then a couple hours later, she said, no, I'm going to have to quit because I'm having babysitting issues too. Like, bitch, if you don't want to work, you could have just said, I don't want to work. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. I run a collection agency. I'm the vice president of a collection agency. But anyway, so that's my time. That's not financial advice. My name is Believes. I'm always right. There won't be if there is tonight a stream, it's going to be kind of impromptu. We're going to be focusing on the clickbait stuff. You know what I mean? I got a great clickbait one for today. We're going to see if that one does anything too. And I already put the big red no. I did the whole thing. So I'm ready for this one. It's not financial advice. My name is Believes. I'm always right. I will see you guys again very, very soon. We'll talk to you later.